have a tidal wave dream. But like there were times in my life when I wasn't even overwhelmed and I'd have hella dreams where like I'm driving on Coast Highway and I'm just seeing and then I die.
My dad, but my mama is rich.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. There we go.
We
here.
What's up?
What's up? Hindsight 2020.
2020.
Number two. We're back at it.
We are back with another, what do you call that? An installment to
the series.
But today we just gonna be, talking about a little anime, Pokemon.
Dude, the shit
Dragon
that we're into.
Ball. Just some nerdy stuff.
Nerdy shit.
It's all good.
All right, so why don't you tell the esteemed crowd of Hindsight 2020, the esteemed audience and fan base, how the new Pokemon Sword and Shield is?
Sword and Shield. If you haven't played it, it's pretty tight. I don't know if we can cuss. Are you trying to
I'm
stay?
down.
Yeah, you want to cuss?
Cuss for sure.
All right, it's fucking dope. That's what I gotta say about that shit. Yeah, that shit's fucking fire, for sure. But I mean, that whole Dynamax thing it's whatever. They always gotta add a new mechanic too.
What is that?
Dynamaxing is, I mean, I can't even really explain it. It's just your Pokemon you have like this watch on, and then your Pokemon gets 20 times its size, and it gets a little bit more power and like really strong attacks. And
20 times its size?
Yeah, it's giant. It's like pretty much like a fucking Godzilla or something, like Godzilla compared to like a human.
Crazy.
Yeah, so then you get you only do that during gym battles, but then you can there's certain these little crystal caves or some shit where you go in there and you can do these raid battles with. It's like one huge Pokemon against four of your four homies or whatever, So that's cool, but I mean,
is that like an online setting, or you can do that with the people in the little kids in your town?
Well, I think it's an online setting, but if you don't find anyone, it's it'll give you computers to play with. So
okay.
I mean, I don't know if they're the exact kids from the town, but they're just computer generated.
And it's only on Switch, right? You can't get it for DS?
Nah, not these ones. Because I think the last one was the one that... I think you have the last one, right?
Ultra Moon?
Is that the last one? Or?
That's the most updated version of a Pokemon game I have. I haven't played that one
Yeah,
yet,
because before that it was... I mean, before this one, it's that Eevee and Pikachu game, and that was the...
Okay.
That's the start of Nintendo Switch, or the Pokemon Nintendo Switch, and that was their first,
And that's like Pokemon Go?
It's a little bit like Pokemon Go with regular Pokemon. You walk around and do Pokemon things RPG style, but then you kind of catch the Pokemon with the same engine as how you would in Pokemon Go, where you throw I don't know if you've ever played Pokemon Go. Okay, so on the screen there's a Pokeball, and then you see the Pokemon in front of it, and then you just swipe up and you keep throwing Pokeballs at it until you catch it, and that's pretty much how that Pikachu and Eevee game is. But I mean, that one was whatever. I never played it too much.
And it had gym battles on it too?
I believe so. I think it was just a regular game, yeah.
Okay, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite Pokemon in the starters?
And what do you mean the starters?
For your starter Pokemon.
Oh, I mean, I haven't seen the fire one. Oh, wait, yeah, that's my rival. Yeah, I like mine the best, for sure. All the other ones kind of look weird. The water guy and the fire guy are skinny lizard-looking dudes. Kind of look, I don't know, like reptilians or something, But my guy looks like a Super Saiyan 3 monkey-looking dude.
With grass hair.
Yeah, and some drums, so he's dope. I usually pick the water Pokemon, though, to be honest. I always pick Squirtle, get Blastoise, or who is it? Mudkip, and get, what's that fool's name that you get at the end?
I forget. You're talking about the Hoenn region game, right?
Yeah, it's one of those frog-looking dudes, but I usually pick the water. That's what me and Snow were talking about.
Hell yeah. Well, I was playing fucking...
Sun, right? Or Moon?
Yeah, no, I started off this year by playing Sun, and that one's before the one I'm playing now, I'm playing one that's... No, the one I'm playing right now, which is X, is before Sun. So I started off by playing Sun, and it had something similar to yours where, you get these weird crystals and you get a weird watch, and it's called, like a Z crystal power up, and they have it for literally every like fire type, water type, fairy type, psychic type, everything, and every crystal reacts differently with the type of Pokemon that you have. And similar to yours, you go into like, instead of a gym battle in this one, it's like the Alola region. You go in to like these caves and battle these totem Pokemon, like a giant version of a normal Pokemon. So it's not the same in the sense that you get like this Godzilla power up, but the Pokemon you battle, instead of a gym leader, you battle like this like totem version of a regular Pokemon, and it only looks like that when you're battling the totem. So it's not like a setting that you can do later on in the game. But the weird part is that you go back to the game I'm playing now, which is X, which is the version before.
Yeah.
And now I have these like, I have a wristwatch, and it's called Mega Evolution. And only with an X crystal, instead of a Z crystal, the X crystal, you can evolve certain types of your Pokemon. Like I have a Charizard. You can evolve a Charizard in battle only to Mega Charizard. Yeah. And he's all like, it looks like a shiny Charizard, kind of like black skin and all that shit. And it's kind of, I don't know, weird, it's kind of stupid.
I think what they did in this one was combine those two together.
Okay.
Is to give it that last one. Excuse us if we're slaughtering any of our Pokemon terms or anything like that. You know, we love Pokemon, but we're not experts on this stuff.
We're just talking about what we like and what we don't like.
Yes, sir.
To be honest.
But yeah, that's the new dynamics. I don't know, man. Like,
there are things I like and things I don't.
Yeah, things, you know, that could be better, but honestly, they're for kids. You know, that's games are for kids, so.
We'd be overanalyzing it, wanting it to make logical sense. I always tell this fool, I'm like, there should be a Pokemon game where like all the regions have all different gym battles, and you get to go to each region, and it could either be like the show where like every time Ash goes to the next region, he can only take one Pokemon from the region before. That way you're not like overpowered when you get to the next region. Exactly. Or it would like evolve a lot slower, so you'd have to work a lot harder to get your Pokemon to like level 100. Because in the game, like you go from level 2 to level 3. If you have like a level 2 Pokemon in your party with level 50, you can get that thing to level 20 in like 2 seconds. And that shit, I don't know. For kids, it's dope, but I don't know. We should get like an adult series of this game going.
That's how fucking Dylan, I was like, oh, you got Pokemon Sword? And he's like, yeah. I was like, how many level 100s you got? He's like, oh, I already got a bunch, dude. I got this Ditto, a maxed out Ditto, and then I hatched all these eggs. And like, you know, there's ones that do all these things. I'm just like, man, what happened to the fun Pokemon, bro? Like, come on, let's just play regular. Let's level up our Pokemon. This guy.
I know.
I guess you can't even play online unless your party's, like, out of this world. You know, you got to have some strong-ass shit. That's why we just play for fun.
I play for fun. But seriously, Nintendo, if you're listening to this, you should make a Pokemon game with every region and, like, all the legendary Pokemon, all the shiny Pokemon, slower evolution, slower leveling up, better attacks. Not weird looking like Digimon looking Pokemon, because the Pokemon in these new games look retarded, bro. They literally
I've been just running out of ideas. I think
they just don't look like animals anymore. Like that's what I think connected to like everyone liked Pokemon so much, because like Pikachu looks like an electric mouse, and fucking Squirtle looks like a turtle, and Charmander looks like a little
lizard,
dragon
salamander,
and like now the Pokemon look like shapes.
There's a sword and a shield Pokemon in that. I know. One. Like, it's just, and a teacup and stuff. I'm like, what?
There's a Pokemon in mine called Stonehenge, and it's just like the Excalibur sword, but it's floating in air. Like, come on, yo.
And now we love you guys, but damn.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, the stories are too, just like we talk about with Dragon Ball, the stories are just too, like, they're not linear. Yeah. They don't make sense. It's just jumping around for little kids. Or like you can
make an adult Pokemon. Since you guys made Detective Pikachu, which was kind of an adult, you know, it wasn't it wasn't that geared towards kids. So
no, it was geared toward original Pokemon fans, because it had references from the original Pokemon movie, which no kid has watched. That's the year 2000 or prior, huh?
Probably, bro. It's about to be 2020 hindsight,
dude. That movie's 20 years old.
About, right? Yeah. 2001 or 2000, right?
No way those kids are seeing that
crazy,
shit,
bro.
You want to move?
It's a new generation.
You want to move?
Done with Pokemon? Yeah, whatever. We just flowing. We flowing.
We flowing? All right.
Yes, sir.
What do you think of Z to Super, and like, what do you like better about each?
Well, Z to Super. Well, I already told you I like Z to GT. I like that, even though like doesn't make any sense at all. But Z to Super, it's cool, but I would say that it's just, I don't know. Like you said, elongated. Like they just like kept it. I feel like they just stretched out like a piece of rubber. You know, like as thin as they could. They just and it's the same thing. Goku wins. Goku is about to die. Comes back with his stronger attack. Boom, boom, boom. You know, like they gotta incorporate the other dope ass characters. Like Trunks gets a little bit of shine here and there. You know, and
only future Trunks.
Yeah, only future Trunks. Yeah, see, you know, so they could have definitely did a lot with. Like you said, bro, like what we always talk about, you know, just fucking Gohan having his own better story besides him always being a pussy. One of my favorite characters ever, like him always being a pussy and
he peaks
shit.
at 11 years old. He peaks at the Cell game. Like in the Frieza Saga version of Super, not the movie version, but like the fucking the anime version. That fool's a bitch, yo. He comes to help Piccolo and everyone. He's just getting like slow shots from Frieza's, or like Frieza's like a little minion blasting him, and it's just like He's got a bowl cut and shit, just like back in the day. Looking like a little bitch.
They do my nigga Gohan super dirty, bro, for real. Like, but I mean, someone's gotta be in the books all the time, you know. They didn't do anything with Goten. You don't know anything about Goten.
No, the only time we see Goten older than like 2 is that 10-year fast forward in Z.
Oh yeah,
exactly. That's like one little blip.
And then GT for a little bit, if you want to count that, when he's like a teenager, and you barely see him too, you know.
But he did have a pretty like baller ass role in that one scene where he saves that girl that he's trying to take on a date. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then like evil Goten, you see evil Goten, but I don't know. And he had like the fucking, who's that dude in Yu-Gi-Oh? That Joey.
Joey, yeah.
No, not Joey. The Tristan, the one with the haircut that's like that. He has the Tristan haircut. They don't even look like themselves, too. Like, Vegeta looks like, Gohan looks like, Goku looks like, and then Pan is just a mouthy little...
You know. But, I mean, it's cool. I think it's dope that in this day and age, 2020, I can be watching new episodes of Dragon Ball Z. That's like the coolest part about it all, you know? For sure. And
quality-ass cartoons too.
Yeah, exactly. They definitely teach lessons too, and like there's a lot of hidden messages that we be seeing in that shit too, you know. So it's like, damn.
Always
what's that nigga's name? Who makes it?
Akira Toriyama was the original writer, and I don't know the one that's writing the Super anime.
I thought he was part of it. No,
he's the he has to give the go ahead that you're not gonna fuck up his brand, but it's a different writer.
Okay, I got you. It's all Gucci, but anyway, whoever is that whole team is just coming up with some pretty dope stuff. It could be better, but that Ultra Instinct was sick.
Ultra Instinct's my favorite power up for sure, and it's not saying exclusive, which is dope. That means that Piccolo could get it.
Exactly. What if they do that though? What if everyone gets the Ultra Instinct, so then now they're at a base level of like some dumb shit, you know? Like, man, that'll be dope.
And then they have to fight the Zenos or some shit.
So for some reason, they get pissed off.
They made the Zenos look like pussy ass bitches, bro. Like, why couldn't they have made the Zenos like some gruesome guy? Like, I guess that's the joke, because like the most powerful beings in the universe are just little kids.
Yeah, innocent, you know, like untouched beings, you know, like they're not. Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
Yep.
Do you like Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan Blue better?
I think that 4 is a better concept because it just added on to what they already were. You know, they're going up in levels. But I think it's Super Saiyan Blue's cool because it just changed up the color and shit. You know, like you got the green, or you got the fucking red and the blue, which was just a dope look for both of them.
What about your take on the Super Saiyan God story?
How they became Super Saiyan gods, or like that whole folktale that
the little folktale and how they became Super Saiyan gods.
Well, the folktale, that's like on some King Arthur shit or something. Like, there's a tale that one day someone will overthrow me or something, and I've been dreaming about it. Whatever that is, but
and Shenron just pulls it out his ass and shit. He's all scared of Beerus.
Yeah, so fucking, I mean, it's pretty dope. I think that they should have taken them a little bit longer to go Super Saiyan God, but I guess
for sure.
You can just apply that to just everyday life. Like, I would think that it would take a little kid a little bit longer to kickflip a 10-step, but 3-year-olds, you know, like...
Dude, crazy shit. Little kids be, like, their center of gravity is way better for skateboarding.
You know, sure. So, I mean, time is irrelevant, I guess. So, yeah, that was crazy. But it would have been cooler if they would have leveled up, and if like Gohan would go Super Saiyan, or like, I mean he could, but like that nigga don't train at all,
No, not at all. He Videl makes him his bitch in that fucking series.
So it almost doesn't make sense for any of the other niggas to be fighting the fools, like
It's all good. I'm just gonna silence it for now. Come back to it at another time.
Show. But yeah, it's almost like I forget. I lost my train of thought. But.
You were saying it doesn't make sense for anyone to even be in combat.
Oh
anymore.
yeah, exactly. Because it's just they're in God mode. So what are those other niggas even really doing? Like it just kind of helps sometimes. But at that point, it's like Goku and Vegeta can handle it all.
They're just like the Joe Rogans to the UFC. They literally just talk about the battle the whole time. Like, I've never seen Goku look like this before.
Exactly.
I've never seen him get this pissed off. Like there's like side talk.
Spoiler alert. But I kind of liked how they didn't end it with Goku being Jiren at the end. That was pretty dope.
Even though he, the whole progression during the Tournament of Power for him first unlocking Ultra Instinct, gonna kick his ass and gets his ass kicked, then he fucks up Kefla, and then he goes Ultra Instinct again, and their battle with Jiren to the point where he hits Autonomous Ultra Instinct, where he's, mastered that shit. Yeah. And then he's fucking him up, yo. And I like the whole concept behind it, where it's about not thinking and just moving, where your body wants you to go, and how that somehow makes him more powerful than his Super Saiyan forms, and it makes him more powerful than any of the other power-ups he's ever had before. He can go Super Saiyan Blue, which is Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, and Kaioken that shit times 4, and then still be more powerful in Ultra Instinct, which is just a power-up from his base form.
Which is weird, because when I thought about it, I thought that when you went Super Saiyan, you that's what was the mastery of your senses of you being able to just be one with whatever around your surroundings and stuff. I thought that was part. And Kaioken as well. I thought that was the point of
Ultra Instinct Kaioken.
Sheesh.
That wouldn't even be a possible thing.
He doesn't have to move. He just thinks.
just white and red with blue eyes, red, white, and blue. No, I'm just
red,
kidding.
White, and blue eyes. Blue eyes, white dragon. Sheesh.
But they need to develop the other characters, and
hopefully they're gonna be making a new season, right?
Hopefully, yeah. Abel told me that the manga is pretty good.
Our coworker, Abel.
Yeah, but the manga doesn't have anything to do with anything we saw in Super. It's this whole new
Oh, the new one?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the Saiyans from the other universe. It has nothing to do with any of our other characters getting power-ups. I think he gave me a little spoiler that Gohan gets a new power-up or something.
Oh, is it the one that's Heroes?
No,
not
no.
Heroes. Okay.
The Saiyans from 4 are the Kefla, or not Kefla, Kale.
Oh, it's about those?
No, I'm saying it's not about that.
Oh,
but I want that. I want
Vegeta
to go to those Saiyans, teach them how to train. I want to see Hit and fucking Hit, Jiren, and Goku spar. I want Broly to come into it.
Yeah, Broly needs to make an actual appearance in the show,
Yeah,
he just has movies, bro.
And all the movies
Superstar,
suck.
Yeah.
Except for
the last one was dope, visually wise, and the story was whatever, even though he got stronger than all these niggas in way quicker.
2 seconds.
He was getting stronger as they were hitting him.
They were whooping his ass in Super Saiyan. Then he figured out how to get faster than that Super Saiyan 2, and that's beating Cell. And then they don't even go to Super Saiyan 3. They go Super Saiyan Red.
I don't think they ever do Super Saiyan 3 anymore. I think it's a waste of energy.
Yeah.
Because it's just it's being in that one, that
Ultra Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
shit.
that shit. You're fast, but you're just wasting. You're just running through all your energy. Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be cool if they figured out a way to bring Super Saiyan 4 into the new canon or whatever.
Didn't they? I swear they did that with Heroes or something. They had both of them in there.
Yeah, they had but it's a video game, huh?
Yeah, well, that's the cutscenes of the video game. I don't know, man.
It's so confusing.
Catch us up, huh? What's up?
I listen to so many of those podcasts, but I still don't have all the info. They don't talk about Heroes too much anyway, because
that's probably not. It's probably not relevant to be honest.
It's like the Dragon Ball Xenoverse, where all the different evolutions from all the different shows and spin-off versions from the games are all in one game. Yeah. But I don't play Dragon Ball games, so I know nothing about that.
Nah, I have nothing to add to that. But it's crazy how there's 12 universes and Supposedly 12 dimensions, or what
And
they
supposedly
say.
18 at one point.
Well, 18 what?
Remember how they said that the Xenos wiped out 6
Oh.
universes? So when fucking 17 wishes everyone back,
Did it wish those ones back too?
What if they wish the other 6 back and there's
Damn,
18, 1 plus 8, 9,
Nine,
Fibonacci.
yeah, there you go. Exactly, that's the point. Boom.
That'd be a cool way to take
Sheesh.
the story on.
Like we said, there's a lot of hidden shit in DBZ. If you know what to look for.
And if you like it, I feel like guys like it more, but
Yeah.
girls don't like it because they make fun of the screaming.
Nah, like younger girls do. Like our girl, like I don't know, my girlfriend like kind of likes it, but like younger, like more like millennial girls, you know, like girls that listen to trap, you know, like the whole Instagram, they like Dragon Ball Z and shit like that.
I don't know. I feel like girls don't like it because it's like all the it's like they take forever to power up.
And then some of the voice acting can be corny sometimes, you know. My name is
sure.
Goku and I'm not your friend. You know.
Oh, I sent you that shit where all the voice actors were like doing that weird shit in the studio.
Bro, that was wild.
If you look it up, you can hear the voice of Goku, Chi-Chi, and pretty much everyone say some wild sexual shit and like politically
like the real voice
incorrect
actors.
shit. Like Goku calling Gohan a faggot and Chi-Chi having a incest relationship with Gohan. That's on some other shit. But yeah. What else should we talk about?
Well, we were gonna get into music. We can get into whatever, honestly.
Dude, we can get into whatever. I kind of want to talk about the Juice WRLD shit.
Yeah, let's do that. Comment what you want to see in the comments below.
But I feel like this fucking topic is good for hindsight 2020.
Fuck, it is. I mean, all the deaths that we've incurred in the last 2 or 3 years, man, in the hip hop game, you know. Death happens a lot all the time, but just the fact that those people are in the limelight, you know, and we see them on a daily, if not like weekly basis, and then now just to see them disappear in an instance is crazy, dude. Like crazy. Rest in peace to Juice WRLD.
Rest in peace for sure.
Yeah.
And to Nipsey, even though that's a whole different situation.
Exactly.
And Mac Miller was a similar situation, but X.
Yes, sir. I mean, not even if we didn't listen to them directly. Like I wasn't like a crazy X fan, but rest in peace, bro.
I definitely liked a couple slappers.
For sure. Yeah.
Same with Juice WRLD. I wasn't like big in his solo catalog, but I liked some of his songs with Future. I definitely like some of the hits.
He can those freestyles are fucking crazy. Yep, that inspires me, bro. Like for sure, our freestyles and shit, dude. That reminds me of back in the day when we used to be just trying to, you know, sharpen our skills, sharpen your sword up a little bit.
I respect it a lot because a lot of cats nowadays don't even really want to freestyle. Mm-hmm. The kind that make the auto-tune SoundCloud style music. Yeah. They don't want to do that at all. So for him to be like, all right, I'm going to get this off real quick and then I'm still going to make my hits real quick and you can respect me because I'm a lyricist and you can respect me because I can make fucking actual songs. Because let's be honest, if all you know how to do is spit bars, that doesn't necessarily mean you can make a song.
You can't make them, it doesn't mean you know how to make music. And that's what kind of like something I'm kind of like envious of him because that's what I was, you know, that's what I'm like into. I want to make hits, but I also show people that, you know, I can rap as well when it comes down to just like making some bars up on the spot on some boom bap beats, you know. Like,
for real.
But that fool, he did it. Like, yeah, that was one of the first because you can't really name anyone else that really did, you know, the straight auto-tune trap style music and then could also just
spit on fucking Tim
like
Westwood.
Trippie Redd did it once maybe or something, but like that's
but was he freestyling like that though?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he had a little bit of boom bap flow to him.
That's
dope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's super dope. But yeah.
So Juice WRLD got a one of a kind for sure.
For sure. To all the artists though that are fucking around with drugs. We just gotta stop, man. Like
I stopped, you stop.
I honestly think, and when I was younger, I didn't like to say don't do drugs because obviously everyone fucks around with it, experiments with it. But I understand now as a 22-year-old why we shouldn't be saying like, oh, you should just know how to handle it, because there are people that will never learn how to handle it and there are people that can't handle it off rip. So you should never promote to do it. Like if you're going to say anything, just say, yeah, I wouldn't promote to do it.
Exactly. I mean, people are already going to do it, and, you know, and us saying it isn't going to stop anyone from doing anything. Be safe. That's better. I mean, you know, that's like a good words of wisdom is just to be safe. You know, life isn't worth getting fucked up for that one night or whatever.
Not at all. And it's not cool enough to just want to do it because you want to do it with your friends or you want to seem like you're down and shit. Like, your life's more important than that. I mean, I know he was coming off the plane with 70 pounds, so either way, his life would have taken a weird direction.
A turn, yeah. I was thinking that too. I was like, damn, he just didn't want to take that sentence or what? I mean, I don't know. No one knows the full story. No one knows what go on. But, like, just the fact that he had 70 pounds, like, fuck, like, his life was definitely going to change after that.
Yeah, but it would have been better if he was alive to see it change.
For real, brother. For real.
Yeah.
He would have got away with it too, probably, something like that,
Or, like, I mean, when you got millions of dollars, you can just...
That's what I'm saying.
Pay that fine or, like, get a reduced sentence on good behavior or, like, whatever you want, but at least he would have been out to give us some more music.
Shit, for real. And more freestyles. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
R.I.P., man. But, yeah, stay away from those things. It's not even cool to rap about all these rappers sound the same. We already know, like, come on, we're done with it, please.
Straight up. From two people that used to fuck around with it too much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's up? What else we getting into?
There's a world of topics.
For real. I mean, we can get straight into music. Let's just talk about, like, how we approach songs, because we're both engineers, so let's just spit some game to, because people always be trying to get us to engineer their track, so let's just give them a little bit of game so they can go and record themselves and see what's up, bro.
Okay. Well, first off, I would say it is definitely, like, if you really want to make music and this isn't something that you're just doing because you want to, like, do it for the look or have, like, your voice recorded. Because if you just want to have a song with your voice on it, you can do that shit on your phone. For real. Like, the phone microphone with the phone GarageBand is enough to hear a decent enough song to, like, play it back for your friends if you just want to show people that you can rap. But if you're seriously into, like, getting your songs to sound good, then it's more worth it to buy your own setup. So I would recommend getting just, like, a basic microphone, a basic interface. You don't really
What's an interface?
An interface will enable you to be able to plug your microphone into your computer and get a decent quality sound. Like, you can get a USB mic too.
Exactly.
But you don't want that because you want something to interface.
Because that's what some people don't know. Some people think the USB mic is the mic, like,
you're right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So at least an interface, at least a mic. You're going to want some at least $60 like playback monitors that have a balanced EQ.
Yeah.
You want to check the frequency on it because if it's super bass boost and you want to learn how to mix, that's not going to be good. You're going to need like either GarageBand or Logic is $200 on your computer. And that'll get you started, right? Like some headphones to mix in.
I mean, you can pirate Logic, not to condone pirating, but if you don't have any money, because you're going to spend money on a mic, preamp, all that other stuff, or what did you say, interface. But yeah, you can even just do Garage. Like, people, I know people that make hits on GarageBand, bro.
For sure.
It doesn't sound any different, It's just like, you got to start somewhere. So, I mean, if you don't got the money for the Logic. But what were you saying?
I was going to say it's like way more worth it in the long run. Like, if you're taking this...
Oh, yeah, for
you're
sure.
You're taking
it
serious.
Invest $200 in Logic. You're good.
Invest $200 in Logic. Invest in the equipment that's going to take you to where you want to go, and invest the time
instead of $200 on J's and
$100
on fucking pants. That's a whole. You could have a whole setup, I guarantee, with the outfit that you're wearing right now.
For sure, and that shit won't depreciate; it'll appreciate.
Exactly.
If anything, you have something that people want, and then you could charge people to record.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
Sheesh.
That's how it works. But yeah, and then to approach a song, you always want to, this is something I keep in mind, the less editing and the less crazy shit you do to your vocal, the better.
Yep.
That's like a
Don't
good
forget
tip.
to set the BPM on your track, because most of us are getting our beats. Unless you have your whole beat tracked out and someone produced it right in front of you, or they like have the session, you're going to probably record over just the beat itself. So you're going to want to make sure that the beat per minute is on point, or else your delays and your effects will come out a little iffy, and that might be something that you're wondering why my echo sound a little weird, or like why is my voice a little off,
And why is it not hitting with the beat itself?
Yeah, with the kick or like the snare that you wanted to. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Exactly. So set the BPM. Good rule of thumb is to. This is what I really didn't know for the longest time, and this is what helped me out so much, is to keep all your levels like below -60, sometimes even -12 decibels, because like then you have a bunch of room to work with, and the master does too when they want to turn everything up. But like when you first start, you don't know what any of those numbers mean at all.
For sure, no.
So on like the master meter, if you're looking at that little meter, it'll show you like it'll say what the decibels that it's peaking at. So you'll just have to know like always try to stay below at least a -6. So then you'll have room to like mess with anything you want, and you can always tweak stuff later, and then like, everything can get turned up later in the master.
For sure. Another good rule of thumb, like you were saying, when you're recording, you want that shit, like, depending on the kind of vocal that you want. If you want a more distorted vocal, then you can record and have that shit hot. But this is the rule of thumb that I learned in at least recording arts class, is to have the vocal resting, like, while you're recording into the computer between -15 and -9 decibels.
Boom.
So that's
even better. The lower the better, to be honest, but some people some people can't really handle something being too low because they'll be like, I can't hear it,
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that all comes with better equipment. If you got a preamp that you can turn your headphones up, so
yeah,
and then,
for sure.
yeah, there's this, you got to invest.
Yeah,
so.
And it's really not about the look either. Like, a lot of artists that I've recorded in the past, they'll do the whole thing, like, you know how when you hear a famous artist record, they'll be like, turn me up.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about, like, the Snapchat video for them, or, like, what they're going to say to, like, sound all cool. But there really is a way to record and get the best take, and you want to learn.
Real shit. And your favorite rappers are doing that. Like, even if you don't think they are. Yeah.
They might say all that shit or do that shit for the camera, but in reality, they're following some engineer rules.
Real shit. Hey, yeah, mic etiquette, he taught me. There's a lot of different ways, you can have mic etiquette. And one thing is probably not to talk directly in like this, That's why we're Yeah, we're kind of at an angle that'll just help, soften up any vocal or any recording you're trying to do, and then
not jumping around.
Yeah, not jumping around, because like that honestly matters. Like, people always wonder, like, bro, like, why do I sound low right here or high right here? It's like, because you backed up and then you went forward, and it's like, I mean, I can fix all that, but like,
it won't sound as good as if you got it right the first time.
Mm-hmm. All these people that have professional tracks, they'll do 10 of the same takes just to pick and choose from like the cleanest parts of certain things, So
for sure. Oh, and all the people that you hear rap, they're not doing that in one take.
Yeah, they're cutting in, exactly.
So don't think that you always need to get a take. That's actually a really good tip. Don't think you have to record your verse in one take, especially if you're on some DaBaby shit, because like that song Intro on his new project, like he's literally just like he's cutting in and stopping and cutting in and stopping and cutting in and stopping. So does Wayne. Lil Wayne does that.
Wayne's done it. Almost any modern artist, pretty much. So you can hear it, like, because it'll sound so clean from the next bar coming in, like, and you can hear it before it even comes in.
Exactly.
So, like,
but people think they're like, how do I do that? And they're like tripping over their tongue and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Don't trip over your tongue. Unless you're going for like that, if you're a boom bap old school style person, and you want the breasts in your fucking song, and like you want it to sound like you got it all out, That's a whole different style though, so.
That's definitely an ego thing, though. I've noticed that. Like, even with myself, like, if I want to get it in one take just because I wanted to get it in one take, I'm spending way more time, using way more of my vocal resources. Because let's be honest, depending on how you rap, like, it takes a lot out of your vocal. That's another thing you should know. You should always vocal warm up. You should always look up shit to prepare your voice for the take, because you always want the difference between live and recorded is you want the recorded to sound perfect. Like, a lot of people are like, I don't want my shit to sound perfect. I want it to sound like I did this shit in one take or whatever. But you want it to sound that way, and then you can have a live mix where you have your background vocals and stuff, and then you're actually rapping your verse for the stage.
Exactly. Real shit. Just little tricks and tips, just to help you here and there. I don't know.
What's your take on auto-tune?
I love it, but I hate it. I love the tool of itself, but I think that people either overuse it, and I'm guilty of that, but also not even just overusing and using wrong. Like, it's just, it's a pitch correction. Like, you can make at least know how to sing a little bit if you're gonna try to, sing into some auto-tune. At least get close to the note, because it's just pitch correcting, It's not actually fixing literally everything. That's why you kind of get some nuances here and there, and you'll hear some like little stutters and stuff like that in some people's voices. So, I mean, auto-tune, I love auto. We use an Antares machine, when we record and shit, but it all just depends, to be honest. Like, I loved when T-Pain started that whole wave of auto-tune, Lil Wayne and shit. They were doing it fucking dope. I love it. It sounds like melty and liquidy and stuff like that. But then now you just hear like some of the stuff like Cole Bennett be posting on his stuff, and just like, man, this is an overuse of auto-tune, you know? Like, let's hear something original. I'd rather hear, like, doublers being overused or something, or, like, you know, like, or a flanger or some shit. Just, like, playing around with those effects, bro. Making stuff sound, like, different.
There has to
Roddy
be...
Ricch already killed the auto-tune game.
Oh, yeah,
He murked it, boy.
Roddy Ricch's sound is so crazy, yo. Another one of Young Thug's children.
Sheesh.
That probably would never admit that they're Young Thug's children. But yeah, no, I fuck with Roddy Ricch. His new album just came out, but I haven't listened to it yet.
I haven't. I've skimmed through it, but like, that's not even my vibe right now. I fuck with Roddy, but you know, it's not even my vibe right now.
I feel it.
More of an anime nigga right now.
More of a podcast motherfucker right now. I'll be listening to hella podcasts. Hella. Like, I was listening to one today. It was Joe Rogan and Little Duval.
Who's that?
The comedian Little Duval, the one that made that song.
I seen a little clip. Yeah,
Smile,
yeah.
bitch. Mm-hmm. That song. Yo, that fool is funny, bro. They were talking today, and I learned that dude is really smart. He's got his own house in the Bahamas, and he was talking about how he learned how to scuba dive, and he can scuba dive at depths of like 150 feet.
Damn.
And they were getting into it about the ocean, and they were getting into it about how space is, and how like you can get a $250,000 ticket to like go into outer space for the next jet that's going to like the moon or some shit.
Holy shit.
Rich people shit.
We'll see though. We'll see if you can even get into space with those Van Allen belts. Shit, I don't even know what is real.
I don't know what is real.
Shit's crazy as fuck, bro.
There's so many theories out there.
Theories and speculations and things that, I don't know. I feel like some things aren't even theories; they're proven. But rumors and like, you know, this whole big game of telephone.
Yeah,
you can't really prove like much. You know, like it honestly doesn't matter. Like, I could sit here and be like a Merkaba or like a fucking theorist online and just try to explain to you everything. But like at the end of the day, I could just be totally wrong about everything. You know, so it's like fuck it. So it's cool to have your own thoughts, but just keep your eyes open for just whatever you see. Don't get caught up too much in this whole party world that we're living in, dude. It's fucking crazy.
It's distracting.
Like, we're giving you game on music, you know, because that's literally what I've been doing these past couple weeks, just like learning about frequencies and stuff like that, because that stuff's cool to me, you know, like just trying to expand my brain type shit.
For sure. I got that new book by Russ. It's called
oh yeah, you did.
What's it called? Don't Overthink It or something like that. I can't wait to read that.
Did you buy it on Amazon or something?
My girl got it for me for...
What's up?
Was it for my... No, it wasn't for my birthday. It was for our anniversary.
For sure.
Just hit that 1 year.
Yeah, I remember you said you read a couple pages of it or something, or
his brain works super cool, super direct. I can't wait to read it. It like reminds me of how I write. But yeah, I fuck with Russ.
Read a book. Reading's good. Reading's fun. I've been fucking reading this book called Red Land, Black Land, and it's just it's not an Egyptologist book. It's more of a explaining how Egyptians, their customs and how they lived. So it'll just like show you, it'll explain like their garments, you know, like their like what they would actually wear, what women would wear, like their actual hairdresses, their dolls that they would make and stuff like that. You know, not anything about like their belief, like their gods and stuff like that. It's more like everyday life, like when they would build boats and go on the Nile and take like trips and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's just cool to learn about culture, you know, as opposed to just like someone just trying to bombard you with what they thought they believe. You know, what Egyptians that they thought Egyptians believed or whatever. It's just like
whatever they believe. Like they're the oldest, they're the longest lasting remnants of a crazy ass civilization.
Yeah, for sure. With the most, not even evidence, but the most like stuff that they left behind. I don't know.
That's preserved.
Yeah,
because their fucking pyramids and everything are still there. That's just crazy. 5,000 years later, or 30,000 subscribe to certain conspiracies.
See, like that, like it's not even a conspiracy anymore. You can prove that the water, that water erosion, like on
the Sphinx,
it's just like I don't know. I mean, we could speculate all day, but that's kind of like if that's actually water erosion on the Sphinx, you know, then that just like so much proof. Like it's crazy.
There's just so much resistance in society nowadays when it comes to like letting real shit be real shit. Because if we always just let real shit be real shit, it would be so much easier for everyone to deal with shit. You know?
Not everyone's on that real shit.
All these fucking...
Crazy.
What's that word? Not opposing. Dogmatic. Conflicting. Intersecting.
Yeah. Fucking... That was funny how I posted that one thing on Instagram, and then like people started getting like all into Bible quotes and stuff like that. Really? Yeah, or like remember that Andrew Grover dude? Or I don't know. Yeah, you probably didn't.
I saw the post where you're talking about how the Bible will say this, and then the Bible will say this, but we don't support this anymore. Yet you're promoting the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just like a couple comments on there, and then like TY came back and was like, LOL, this is why you can't, try to argue about Christianity or like slavery and stuff like that. And like, it's not even like I wanted to start a debate or anything like that. I just wanted to say like, this is what's in some of the books that you guys put your whole, entire like entity into your life. And it's just like to, take a step back and actually know what you're putting yourself into, it's just like.
The craziest part about it is it's so long ago. It's so long ago, and like we can come up with better shit now. We know how to treat people better now. Like we don't have to like create these gnarly ass metaphors out of some old ass shit that they said, where they're talking about beating women and looking at women as the inferior, and like when it is okay and when it's not okay to do this, and this, sacrificing animals, all this shit. Like we don't even do none of that shit. Like we don't even do none of that shit anymore. Like
exactly.
I don't know. And it's so watered down too. Like,
I mean, but here's the thing: America doesn't do that type of shit. But like, there's fucking countries out there that are below us, or not even behind. I wouldn't even want to say below or above, but like behind, maybe in like the scale of, I guess, civilization as we see it. Like they don't have as much technology, or they don't, they live a certain way. And then there's also people like the 1% or whatever that we don't even know that live way crazier than we do. Yeah. Maybe you never even seen the sunlight, Like, I don't know. But it's just
out there partying in the Van Allen radiation belt.
I just hope that one day, I mean, I don't know if it'll happen in our lifetime. I feel like we're in like the transition period of like the era of everything switching up, Like, I feel like we're just in that. Maybe in 100 or 200 years from now, it might look like the Jetsons, It might just be fucking everything on the ground is basically nothing, and it's like everything's up in the sky. Like, I don't want it to be like that, but...
Hey, there's a lot more space for real estate. The business people will fuck with that. To be honest.
So, yeah.
Because think about it. The only other place we can go is up.
No, there's land places.
But we don't want to cover all the land. That would suck, yo. They should start planting more trees and start building up.
From what Admiral Byrd says, there's a whole continent the size of America past Antarctica that's undiscovered land.
Holy shit!
Or not even he discovered it, but uncharted. Like no humans ever touched it. He said.
That's crazy. Yeah. I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, just go look up Admiral Byrd's diary, or not his diaries, his deposition. But he also has diaries where he fucking he describes like land masses the size of North America, and he said there's this green grass, fucking oil, like all these natural resources that we could use. Yeah, crazy shit. That's just like that, like that's a conspiracy too. No one can ever go past Antarctica. That's something that we can never do. So and fuck.
Brown Earth people are like, there's nothing past Antarctica. Flat Earth people are like, there's this ice wall.
Antarctica is the whole.
And then the round Earth people are like, you think it's flat, but then everything else around us is a planet. And then like the flat Earth people are like, have you ever taken a telescope out and try to look out past the horizon? No one even listens to each other, yo.
Exactly, bro. And then flat Earthers got destroyed by that one fucking documentary they tried to do where they just made themselves look too dumb. But I mean, everything's a publicity stunt at this point, bro. Like,
for real.
I feel like everything is just money, 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 money. I mean, which is, you as yourself should want to better yourself by having more money to get what you want. But I don't think that corrupting other people and, demoralizing yourself is a good way to live because you want the money. Like, I don't know. It's just
for real. Well, I say this all the time in my head, but I guess not that many people hear me talk about it. Like, the more people that are intelligent, the more people that think for themselves, the more people that truly have love for others and think about things before they say them, that really consider other people. Those kind of people are like on the track to becoming wealthy, and the more wealthy people there are, the less capitalism can function, because like you need a slave class in capitalism. You have to have a group of people that are oppressed to have a people that prosper.
Remember we were talking about that the other day?
Yeah, we were talking about that on either like the other day or the last podcast, or like it's a theme of a lot of our. Exactly. It's a theme of a lot of our conversations. Both, like you just can't have like someone making trillions of dollars and without having like most of the people making $2,000. Like,
and that's how the world we live in.
I wonder if we're gonna see the next, like, what the next step is, or like be a part of like the next step.
I mean, we're young, and it's only it's 2020. You know, we could potentially live to 2100. You know.
Yeah.
Here, someone watching this is gonna live in 2100. You know, so
for sure.
So that's just, unless the whole world ends or some shit, which I don't I don't even know what the world ending would mean, because the world would end us before it ended.
No, for sure.
Itself.
If you think about it, it's always a selfish human perspective that runs those stories, because people are like, oh, the world ends, but the world wouldn't end. It would just be humans on the world ending.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's always a human's perspective. I'm going to take it in a whole left direction and talk about another way humans like make things a certain way in their own head, but it doesn't affect anything but humans.
Let's do it, bro. Let's just keep it rolling, dog.
Cage free. What is it? Free range. All those labels don't do shit for animals. Don't mean
shit, huh?
They don't mean shit to animals, because an animal doesn't care if it can run 2 feet or 4 feet or 6 feet. An animal doesn't care if it lived a dope ass life before it gets its fucking throat slit. Like, that means nothing to anyone but the human purchasing the product. You know what I mean? It makes the person purchasing the product feel better, and has no effect on the well-being of the animal or like anything. Just like the world ending means nothing to the world, because the world would just take itself back. You know what I mean? It means nothing to anyone but humans. Humans are so self-centered and so focused on the human race. You know?
Hey, dude, that's I think I was talking to you about this one time, about how we used to sacrifice. You know, like you were saying, you know, in like the Bible and stuff, there's verses that teach you what animal to sacrifice when you do what sin. You know?
Yeah.
So. And that's some of the animals that we eat, you know, like some like the pigs and stuff like that. So I was thinking like this whole disorderly thing could be part of people eating animal, you know, like that whole like we're totally fucking up the food chain, first of all, whatever that is, you know, we're fucking up the whole circle of how things are, because this animal's supposed to eat that animal's supposed to eat that animal, and so on and so forth, you know. Yeah. But we just go in and make a bunch of these animals and then just kill them off, you know, before anybody can get to it. No, none of that, you know. So it's like, I think that disrupts our whole life cycle in general.
Yeah,
you know?
for
so
sure.
That's some crazy shit to think about, man. You know, like people don't like to think that anything outside of their, you know, personal life affects them, but like everything you do and everything around you is literally just creating your world. You know, literally.
Exactly.
So it's wild, man. It's fucking wild, dude.
And I think about it this way, like, the God of the Bible and everything is so jealous. He's so like angry.
He says it. He says, I am a jealous God.
Yeah. And like we think about what's holy, like love, acceptance, like being real when it hurts, like all those things are like holy to us. But then in the Bible, God's talking about burning animals alive and fucking blood sacrifice, and like that doesn't sound holy to me.
And raping women. I mean, not in that term, but he says, go and know a woman even if they do not want, even if they don't want you to. So, you know, shit like that. It's just, we're stuck in some old ways. But that's okay. Here's what's crazy. Not even that many people are religious, you know, like there's still like a certain, you know, I don't know the percentage, but there's a lot of kids that grew up in religious homes and then they don't become religious after, you know, like a lot of people that I know like don't give a fuck about any of that type of shit, you know, but
we are in a bubble though.
We
are in a big ass bubble. Like where we live, this type of thinking is so much more common.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Southern California. You are definitely right. But what I was gonna get at is like that whole thing, that whole religious, you know, doctrine that just affects how even the people that like, you know, we could say that we're free thinkers and all that stuff, but our parents and stuff, you know, and like our ancestors, like the people that we look up to are still those type of people that grew up with the Bible, they grew up with the Torah, you know. So like, it's still gonna affect us no matter what. Like I was talking about how in the in court you put your hand on the Bible and swear your oath to. You know, it's just like okay, but I can still lie.
Separation of church and state, but there's no separation of church and state when we're talking about sending our prayers and shit like that, because that is so much that comes with saying that like you know what's behind it, but you don't really say it out loud. Like all that shit comes with a bunch of doctrine. Like even our modern morals are somewhat based off of Hebrew,
the 10 Commandments
and Christian.
Yeah, real shit. Yeah.
But like the idea that, and Joe Rogan says this all the time, the idea that we can't take something old and improve it is just batshit crazy. Yeah. Like, why can't we take something that was good back when it was written and make it better for the time that we're in now, without having to have these like gnarly ass feelings of like, I want to kill you, or like your fucking way of thinking needs to get obliterated, or any of that type of shit to go along with it. Fuck that, bro.
Oh, you know, remember how we were talking about the Hebrew calendar? Yeah. Dude, in the old Bible, they used to put that date of when the Torah started, or like when the Old Testament was written. Okay. Like they used to put in 5,000 whatever, you know. They used to have the actual date.
That's crazy.
That's crazy how they took that shit out, like for the newer version and stuff, because
they don't want people. They don't want people to know what the history of Christianity comes from, or the history. They don't even want people to know the history of Judaism, or like they don't want people to know the history of anything, bro. I
had to tell my girlfriend that the Bible, the fucking Christian Bible has the Old Testament, the Torah in it. She didn't even know that.
Well, people don't know though. The Bible, like the Torah is the 5 books of Moses, and the 5 books of Moses plus the Jesus story is the Bible.
Yeah. She was like, "Wait, are you kidding me?" I was like, "Yeah, you see, this is where we're at, and like you know, in the world, you know, like
how are we gonna like learn to love each other and consider each other's opinions if we don't even know what we're about?" Like, I want to teach my kids that shit. Like, when I have kids, I want them to read the Quran. I want them to read the Torah. I want them to read the Bible. Like, what yogic people believe, what Buddhist people believe, what atheists practice. I want people to just want people to like not have to fuck with something, but still understand it and be open to it.
And you probably won't not fuck with it once you once you understand it. Like, there's a lot of things that I thought I didn't fuck with until I understood it. You know, for sure. How it goes.
It's the natural progression of shit. It's what the universe wants us to do. Yep. The universe wants us to fuck with each other and make beautiful shit happen.
And for some reason, we like try to go against that will, you know? It's pretty crazy.
Society bombards us with energy that makes us feel like it'll never happen.
Yeah. That's like that's perfect example. Like, that'll never happen. I'm good. I'm just going to chill in my house. You know, dude.
But hindsight 2020, I could have done that different to get this result, or I could have done this different to get that result. But at the end of the day, we all just freestyling our way through eternity.
Yes, sir. I need to start like writing down my like daily, not even thoughts, but what I want to do for the week, you know, and like get a planner going and set like weekly goals and shit like that.
You know who's on that? Yaya's on.
Yeah, did she complete them?
Yo, she's on her planner grind.
That's what's up,
and even if like she didn't write down what she did that day, the next day she'll write like all the most important highlights of that day, and then she saves them, because then you can go back and like really have a record of who you were.
Exactly.
Because like, let's be honest, like we have bad memories as human beings, and a lot of our memories are like either from dreams that happened so long ago that we make them a real memory and think that they really happened.
So like, weird, bro. That's the weirdest phenomenon ever. Some things I don't know if I've actually lived through, you know, or they're dreams.
The fuck. One time I had a dream when I was 5 years old about a fucking shark and a volcano, and out of the volcano came a girl, and in the water there was a boy, and then a month later Shark Boy and Lava Girl came out, bro, and I swear I invented it. In my mind, I'm like, I swear I invented it, but then I really went back and looked at the timeline, and I had the dream after the movie. But my whole childhood, I thought that I was the one that thought of that idea, but no, the fucking movie made me think about it in my dream world, and then my dream world timeline got conflicted with the real timeline, and I thought I invented that shit.
That's so funny, bro.
I remember like specific vampire dreams too that I had when I was a kid. With like, I like was on a couch in my old house, but it was like facing the wrong direction, and I felt my mom's hand come on my shoulder, and she was talking in that Transylvanian accent, like, I want to suck your blood. And I just will always remember running away so slow.
Like when you're fighting in a dream too. Have you ever fought in a dream?
I can't get a hit.
They're just hitting you. Yeah, bro, that's just
can't
crazy,
get a hit in.
dog. Yep. I wonder if that's just like your subconscious telling you, you know, like you don't want to hurt anybody. You know, like that's not like. That's not in your agenda, you know. It's just what what your thoughts are telling you, but like, you know, you shouldn't be doing that type of shit.
For sure.
It's crazy, dude.
What are dreams though?
I don't know, man. No one knows. They can't prove anything.
So many people say that they know though. So many people are like writing books about like how to diagnose your dreams, or like I have a lot of tidal wave dreams. And people say that you're overwhelmed when you have a tidal wave dream. But like there were times in my life when I wasn't even overwhelmed, and I'd have hella dreams where like I'm driving on Coast Highway and I'm just seeing, and then I die.
I think maybe what dreams are, like what we were talking about last time, is your deepest, you know, like have you ever thought about a tidal wave coming?
Hella,
you know?
bro.
Yeah, so, you know, like
so much so that I invented something in my mind that told me that there couldn't be a tidal wave in our area. You know how like there are those tsunami evac zone things that are all over Oceanside and Carlsbad, like those little blue symbols? Well, I never really saw that back in the day. And since my dad is really into the ocean, in my mind, I invented a conversation with my dad where he told me that there was some sort of canyon that's like right in front of Oceanside all the way to La Jolla that prevents there from being tsunamis. And then it made me feel safe. I invented this conversation. It never really happened, and it's not a real thing. But I invented it in my mind to like make myself feel better.
Yeah, a long time ago, huh?
When I was little, and then it became a real memory. Wait. It became a real memory because of how long ago it was.
And then you realized you're like, wait.
And then I saw all those signs.
Yeah, like this is. Damn, but yeah, so. Maybe what dreams are, you know, this is all just speculation, but it's just like your deepest subconscious just coming, you know, the deepest, darkest thoughts, not even deepest, darkest, it could be something that you're thinking about, you know, regularly, but straight like, up. It's just the manifestation of anything and everything that you've ever thought of or can think of, and it's your duty to maybe, you know, just try to collect that and like actually be able to control it, or at least like, you know, because you can't remember your dreams half the time, you know, like maybe you'd have an advantage if you could remember a little bit of your dream every time, so the next time you know you're in a dream state, you know, and then you can like
lucid dreams.
Yeah, because
shout out Juice
WRLD. Yeah, exactly. What the fuck? But that shit's funny. This nigga said I invented a whole. Dude,
I straight up invented a fake underwater canyon and a fake scientific thing so that my mind would be calm about the fact that there really could be a tidal wave. And I know when the last tidal wave was in California, it was like 100 or so years ago in San Francisco, and it took out like some of the San Francisco city, like the part right by the water.
I didn't know that.
Dude, fuck tidal waves, bro.
Yeah, fuck a tidal wave.
But on some other shit, you were telling me a long time ago when we were working at the old kitchen, that you in your dreams are just energy of the universe and you're not like yourself, and that's why sometimes you'll be put in these situations in your dreams where it's like it has nothing to do with who you are as an individual or your ego as a person, and it just has to do with what's going on in the cosmos.
Yeah.
Because I've had so many dreams that don't identify with me as a person, but it's just like some shit that's going on in the universe.
Exactly, and that all goes back to like, you could not think you have a soul, a fucking, what is it, spirit or whatever, but like, when you go to sleep, who are you, you know? Like, who is that? And ultimately, like, people that, you know, like, we always like to be like, oh, transgender people, like gay people, they're confused and everything. But like, we're all masculine and feminine energy, you know? Like, it's just,
we're all on a spectrum of it too.
And the people that get lucky enough to be born in the body that they feel like they are, you know, assigned to is like, you know, we like, that's just, you know, like supposedly normal or whatever, you know, but our energy can be all over the place, and there just could be a dude or a girl that gets born in a dude's body and there's nothing they can do about it, and like, they just feel like they're ridiculed from everybody else. So that's something that we have to understand, but it's hard to understand because we got lucky, you know, like we got one in our own.
Like we be thinking that there's no way that could be because it doesn't feel that way for me.
Yeah, you feel me? Yeah.
But it's like, if souls are real and God is real, or a creator, or like all this infinite energy is real, then the possibilities are infinite too.
Exactly.
And so there isn't one right way to be or one right way to develop or any of that. And then the real shitty part is, if there really isn't anything after this in terms of like you feeling like you're you know what I mean? then if that person is born in the wrong body, then they don't get another opportunity to be that person at all.
Exactly. You
know what I mean? So you might as well just accept yourself now.
Mm-hmm.
Like Flame.
Well, they do accept themselves. The public doesn't. That's the big problem right now that we're dealing with.
Let's see what Yaya's up to.
Okay.
She's calling me right now. Where were we at?
I don't remember. Something about dreams.
Oh, we were talking about dreams.
Yeah, manifesting
dreams.
But like what you were saying about how people write books about dreams, and what this certain dream actually represents, like, mysterically or whatever, or whatever.
I think it only applies if you believe it does.
Yeah, and think about this, like, what about someone that's never seen a tidal wave or the ocean, and then they have a dream about a tidal wave, or is that impossible?
Or is it written in our DNA, like that every experience that our ancestors have had is somewhere encoded in?
Yeah, I believe that shit. But I'm just saying, like to have that whole this is what this dream meant. This means that you have to overcome a boundary in your life because you had a tidal wave. It's like, I mean, yeah, I guess, but like, I think you can take it more literal if you want. Like we should, we should take them a little bit more literal, if anything, like.
And if we didn't have people like that, though, then humans wouldn't have a way to challenge themselves. Because think about it. You hear that, you're like, oh, there's a tidal wave, so you need to overcome something in your life. And then something in you is like, yeah, I do need to overcome something in my life.
Yeah, that's true. But that's also like if you open a fortune cookie and it says that shit.
Straight up. It's the same thing. I mean, different fortune cookies for different ethnicities, I guess. Exactly, like Chinese people got their fortune cookie. Dream people got their dreams.
Yeah. My mom used to read all that dream book stuff, bro. She was all in, this is what I dreamt last night. But it's like, there's only a certain amount of scenarios that could be in a dream book, it doesn't have every scenario.
Not the infinite amount of possibilities.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. Dreams are a trip,
Math is missing something, bro. Something that's going to connect, in a scientific way, all the shit that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Or what if that's the greatest mystery, or like the thing that about this whole life, this whole third dimension, is that there's just that one thing that could never. It's just. I mean, that's where God comes into play. That's where God is the one creating and making everything go, like kind of like an engine or something like that. But that's just crazy. We would have to reverse engineer basically our whole life, our whole biology, just to figure out what exactly is even going on, because we could potentially, people already do it. They already make bodies, we can make a human, but consciousness, that's a whole different thing.
Or the transference of consciousness. I read about, or no, I didn't read about this in my philosophy 101 class when I went to Maricosta. This was one of the big things that we were talking about consciousness, and it's if you are able to download your consciousness and then upload it into the computer, it would only be the you up until that moment, and then right then in that moment of time, two yous would now be in existence, because it would have all of your memories, but as it goes and has the different experiences that it'll have, and you go and have the different experiences that you will have, those are now two different people. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it might be you, but the ego in this you and the ego in this you will try to... And
exactly. So it counts as two. It would count as two different entities. Two people.
Because think about it. You could save all your memories, and then when you want to download your brain into it, that you and the you that would potentially be in the organic world would become two different people. Or who knows if the you that got downloaded, if the consciousness will transfer, or if it won't just be ones and zeros and you're limited to that now. Or if your consciousness downloads, what if that's lights out for the you that you perceive, and then a new you starts in that?
Yeah, exactly. But it's what the fuck? See, this is where this is. It's such a fine line of just everybody has their speculation, dude. But what the hell? Okay, so here's the weird part: you have sex, and then a sperm cell goes into an egg. Hopefully it fertilizes, and then over time, these cells just start multiplying. So when does the soul get put in there? When did the consciousness get during the growing process? From the beginning? was the consciousness of you having sex, the consciousness of that baby already being transferred into, you know?
Or like the two people creating the being, like their energies and intentions in that moment going into the fucking...
Exactly, bro.
Too many high schoolers making weird babies.
Exactly,
Holy shit. And that's why they have all those problems in the beginning. Mm-hmm. But then it can go into like, did that fucking soul choose that scenario prior to being born into the world, or is this random? Is there no soul, and then we're just biological machines tricking ourselves into thinking that there's something bigger than it really is?
Guess.
Like,
I'm just trying to figure out
possibilities.
When does the consciousness become it though? Like, you know, like it just cells. Like, is the consciousness already in the cells, or like I'm just, that this is the craziest part.
Are we the ultimate bacteria? Are we the ultimate bacteria that like is like made up of so many bacterias that we're like this intelligent bacteria that gets other non-intelligent bacteria to do our will? I don't know.
Yeah, bro, that shit. We can, for days, man, for days. It just.
But if we knew, if we knew, then the part of us that exists in that all or nothing world that we do exist in wouldn't have a reason to continue that paradigm. Like, if we figured it out and had all the answers, we would now be in this new paradigm that our world isn't even based on. Like, our world's not based on security or truly knowing or being secure, content with what we have. That's why, like, we look at the hippie person that could be a homeless person for the rest of their life, and we're like, what the fuck are you on? Like, yeah. Because that person doesn't give a fuck, but, like,
our society on eating, drinking, and
keeps
sleeping.
Going.
Literally surviving. That's all it's based on, you know? All we're just making our life more comfortable for the ride, you know, like
for sure.
Getting a bed, getting a house, any of that, a car, any of that.
Hitting those different status markers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's just like these are all just man-made constructs that we decide that makes us successful or that makes us a better person if we do these type of things. But what really, like you said, the Earth isn't made for any of that. Like that's all we created. So what the fuck, like.
I wouldn't want to be what the Earth was before either, though. Like, think about how lions and fucking tigers and all those things behave. Like, they don't behave with any sort of, like, respect or care for anything other than what they can control. Like, a male lion will go into a pride of another lion and murder all the babies, murder the other male to mate with the female forcibly and have its own pride. And then the same thing could happen to this fool, regardless or not if he wants it to, just because that's what the other lion was willing to do. Like, rape is okay in fucking nature.
Exactly.
Murder and infanticide and cannibalism is okay in nature. So I wouldn't really want, like, what's natural? That's natural.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Those are natural instincts.
Exactly.
Like, we're not natural to be like me and you sitting here and not having to like clash over the female that we want to procreate with. Like, that's natural.
Exactly. I think that's what sets humans apart, and that's what we have to figure out why we are set apart to do those type of things. But everyone always thinks with their animal instinct brain, bro, and does a lot of crazy things that they shouldn't be doing. I don't even know about shouldn't, but are probably unwise to do. Yeah, exactly.
In their best interest not to do.
Yeah, it's so wild, man.
And you make all those dumb decisions in the years of your life that you'll get judged the most for later on. Like,
it's a huge test. Life has to be a huge test, you know, and it's not a lot of people pass it.
There are moments where I feel like I've had life figured out, and then life just reminds me, bitch, no, you don't.
You don't at all. Yeah, exactly, bro. And you never will. Even if we made it our most successful song, we got a #1 hit, all that stuff, bro. Something will, not in the music world, or something will just happen, bro. So it's like, we just gotta always stay humble and continue to, build ourselves. And like you said, always be conscious of your thoughts. Like, say something with intention and always think before you say something. You can stop yourself before you get in an argument with your girlfriend or like your homie or whoever, anybody on the random streets, before you just start talking shit for no reason or it's just, and I'm victim of that, and I know a bunch of my homies, they be fucking around and just, that bitch can't tell me shit, like I'll tell that bitch off right now. It's like, it's like, all right. But I mean, I get it. Yeah, you're strong. Yeah, you're a prideful person. But
why does that matter?
Exactly.
Why does that even matter at the end of the day?
Like,
what is that gonna show other than yourself? Like, if you're just trying to show yourself that, then there's no reason that you got to do that. With all these other people around. Like, if you're just trying to show yourself that, like, you could do all that shit in the comfort of your home, telling yourself all those positive things that you are and what people can and can't do to you, and then when you're out with other people, it's up to you to let that affect you or not.
Real shit, bro. Be conscious. I think that's the theme of the day. Just like,
like, what's consciousness though at the end of the day? Because like, how we're doing all this speculating about how certain behaviors lead to certain outcomes and all this different shit, but if they're really like, it all depends on what's happening next for us to act now in a certain way.
What do you mean?
Like, this is the argument that people like that don't give a fuck about religion or like karma or anything like that have, is like, if I can kill people my whole life and be a sociopath and never get caught for it, but everyone around me thinks that I'm this awesome person, but I'm doing all these things behind the scenes and I don't feel bad for it, then am I gonna go somewhere different than the other? Like, if it's based on other people's perception of you, then, you know what I mean? Like, there's always those cases where, like, weird shit would get in the way, and, like, how would you know if doing this, and this will get you this place, but this, and this wouldn't? Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
How do you know that even living a good life and being good to people is gonna get you that ascension that you're talking about? Like, it obviously feels good to us, but to some people, that shit doesn't feel good at all, Like, they get the opposite feeling from doing the opposite thing, like you said, like being a sociopath and killing people, like so.
And are they like fucking fuck ups in the code? Are they things that we're supposed to eradicate, or is that fucked up to eradicate that? Is that a part of nature to have that?
That's why that whole death sentence thing is kind of iffy. Yeah, exactly. It's like, fuck, they could just boom, you killed 10 people, all right, you're done, you're dead too. It's like, whoa. Is that we're just doing what they did to them? Like, well,
that's that eye for an eye.
Yeah.
But crazy. You know what? There is special circumstances for that, because they don't do that to people. Like, back in the day, I'll always remember this from 7th grade history. Like, in the day, like, if you watered your beer down and sold that shit to the townspeople, and the townspeople found out, then they would fucking put you in the bottom of a river because you watered their beer down. Like, that's extreme. But like, nowadays, like, if you premeditate a murder, take it out, then you can go to the death sentence. Right? But if you like hit someone by accident because they ran in front of your car, then you wouldn't.
Exactly.
I mean? There's like levels to that shit. I don't know. As I've gotten more and more into like being open-minded towards the government and shit, and like realizing why it is so important, even though I still don't like so many things about it, like, I would way rather have a society where that government does exist than it doesn't. Yeah,
well, I mean, government is important and essential. The way it's ran is subjective. Yeah, exactly. That's just, I mean, the way ours ran, and a lot of it, I know. Is it both of us? Yeah, we can.
It is both of us.
Yeah, we both getting hit up.
Fuck popular,
This guy.
Just kidding. Totally not.
But yeah, let us know what you guys want to hear us talk about in the next podcast. What is this? We call it a little webisode.
A little webisode?
Little webisode. 2020.
Hindsight. Could have done a whole lot of shit different and been a whole lot of other places than we are right now.
Yep.
But that's hindsight
2020. Real shit, bro.
For sure. Well, we love you. Drop some likes down below. Drop a comment. Like you said, tell us what you want to see. Subscribe to the channel. Go check out other TUS members and music and all the other shit that we got going on.
We're going to drop the first one, or I mean, it'll be dropped by the time.
It'll be, yeah, for sure.
Drop. But go check out Black on all platforms, by Moi. Go check out Distorted Thought. He just came out with My Advice to You. Banger. Keep an eye out.
Cold One video coming soon.
Oh, cool. Yeah, ready for that one. I'm not ready for that one. I've been waiting.
Word up.
Jeez.
All right, peace out.